sir. What's going on, guys?
Yo, welcome back to the Chillin with Villains podcast. This is what episode are we on, man? Episode 71.
Oh God, I was gonna say 68.
Yo, yo, my man says
71.
68, 71, man. The
That's
big
crazy.
100 is coming up.
Wow.
I'm
We're gonna get drunk and we're just gonna podcast.
Yeah, that's all the 100
on the 100th episode.
The 100th episode, that's all it's gonna be.
It's gonna be like, just like, so guys.
Literally talking. No,
words.
exactly. We're gonna get drunk like hours ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then just press play whenever, like randomized play, and then we're just gonna drop that. That's what it's gonna be.
And you guys, you're welcome. So
yeah, you're welcome. That's it. But welcome, guys. Today is just myself, Clown Prince, and Zoom. It's just the two of us. I'm not gonna try.
Oh yeah, not gonna try.
I'm not gonna try Ozzy Mandy. No, not at all, because I'm gonna butcher it. I know a couple. I know Zach Vengers. I know TD Bank,
founder of the Zach Vengers,
Boston Celtics, DC correspondent.
Yeah, something like that.
But that's about it.
You guys know we're not gonna do it. But,
guys, I'm drinking Heineken Light. Shout out to them. We are not sponsored by them.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else.
What's going on? But if they want us,
right? If they
want us to sponsor them,
I will drink Heineken Light every single podcast. I don't care what time
That's all I've been drinking. That's all I've been drinking lately, dude.
We do a morning podcast. I'll be drinking Heineken Light,
right?
Heineken with my breakfast, pancakes and Heineken, cereal and Heineken. You know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, milk? No, it's actually Heineken Light in the cereal.
It's never been milk. It's always been Heineken.
90 calories. You gotta love it.
Exactly.
But not. So today, guys, we're gonna be talking about the old guard. So,
sir,
I had no idea this was a comic book movie. Essentially, shout out Image Comics, because like they're I wouldn't say they're underrated just because I've never really read any of their things.
I mean, well, this is pretty good evidence that they are underrated. I think this movie was
right. And like the first graphic novel that came out to this was in 2017, so they kind of got the ball rolling really quick, and Netflix was like, yo, you want us to just distribute this for you guys?
That's
They're
tough.
Like, I bet.
That's tough, because they needed superheroes after, well, not really. They're not really. Would you call it a superhero?
They're not, right. They're not even right. That's not even.
I don't even know. But they needed something like, kind of in that realm, so to speak, because
like comic book wise,
right? Just comic book wise, just in that realm, because
I hear you. Because like Disney got their thing going, HBO got their thing going.
They need something.
The two biggest guys, DC and Marvel. So before we get into all that, just we're gonna touch base on a couple of things that dropped recently. We didn't talk about the Gotham City Police Department show yet, have we? I don't think so. If we did,
no, we didn't.
You're gonna hear it again.
No, because that shit. No, we didn't.
Okay, got you. So yeah, y'all. Matt Reeves is producing, and Terrence Winter is writing a series about the Gotham City Police Department that's in the works at HBO Max. So I know a lot of people were rooting for that Ben Affleck HBO Max series. But
suck a dick. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn shit.
Oh, I'm kidding.
It's like you were wrong.
I would love that. But I mean, this show sounds pretty lit though. I mean, it's about like before, how Gotham got to how bad it is now, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think
corruption wise,
and a lot of people were commenting, right? They're like, oh, so basically Gotham. And it's like, yes and no. Yes, on the part where it's touching base on the Gotham City Police Department, and no, because A, it's a bigger budget, and B, probably better writing. And they're not gonna like just do whatever they want with the villains. Like, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be very much, and okay, so it's very much tied into the Matt Reeves Batman trilogy that's coming out. So this one.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just thinking, I was like, it'd be kind of cool if they did, like, I know how you said that Clown Prince posted on our social media. I don't know if anybody's seen. I hope you have, because you better be following us. If you're listening to this, but,
follow us on Instagram, Chillin with Villains _. You don't need to put the underscore, because they'll probably just
it'll just show up,
because we're popping,
Yeah, 17.4K. So
shout out Heineken Light.
Shout out. Yeah, that's why you have a green background. So
Right.
the I think it would be so cool because like what his post on social media was saying, a Court of Owls storyline across the trilogy of Matt Reeves movies, which would be tough, so tough.
Mm,
But what about if they had like a Court of Owls in the Gotham show,
yeah.
where
Right.
like they're gonna be like, where Gordon is kind of like, or it's not Gordon, right? It's well, whoever the show is based around, like whatever
Uh-huh.
team or whatever,
Well,
it'd be really tight to like see them like fucking trying to take
yeah.
on some corrupt shit. Like not like,
Yeah.
oh, like this guy just got paid off by Black Mask. Nah, like I'm talking about like some fucking like deep seated corruption, like the Court of Owls. That
Yeah.
would be tough.
Right, because it's gonna be more of a Gotham Central style to it. I've never personally read those comics,
I haven't either.
but from shout out our guy Eunice, fuck him actually, but shout out Eunice. He actually, I believe he read. He said he had read the first issue, or he read a couple, and said that's actually really good. And I've actually heard that from a couple of people on Twitter as well. So that's in the works, but everyone should sort of be like, okay, like this is gonna tie in to the comics. I mean, sorry, to the Matt Reeves Batman film. And I think that for one is going to tie people in to watch it regardless. People are going to be like, okay, since this is connected, they're sort of doing a Disney Plus. You know how they're doing all these spin-off shows of characters that have been in the movies already. So
Right.
it'll be pretty cool to see HBO Max doing their own thing with this. They haven't given much detail yet, but we do know that Jeffrey Wright will be reprising his role as Gordon, as Jim Gordon. So that's a
He's
big
he's a
win.
great actor, so
He
I can't
really
wait.
is.
I really am so excited to see the interaction between him and Batman,
Yeah.
and then also I just assume I probably shouldn't, but I feel like they're gonna somehow sneak Barbara into this trilogy.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely.
I think
I think one of the movies that they're gonna announce at Fandom is gonna be a Batgirl
based in this
movie.
universe, you think?
Yeah, 100%.
It's just like you
But like,
gotta at this point just connect them. Like I don't even know. I mean, like it's like tough because like Ben and shit like that, but like it's tough. I mean, because like I just don't. I don't want people to. I want to give people an excuse to be like, "Oh, it's so confusing. It's this guy's playing Batman. This guy's playing Batman. This guy's playing Gordon. This other guy's playing Gordon. This other guy's playing Barbara Gordon. This other guy's playing Barbara Gordon."
right?
It's like okay. It's like for us, we'll understand. And it's not obviously for everybody else who isn't as well versed in the. I don't think it's still. I still don't think it's that hard of a concept to grasp. If I grasped
Yeah,
this shit when I was a kid, you can grasp it as an adult. You'll be okay.
right.
You'll be fine.
It's like multiverse, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's that
multiverse.
it's that simple.
Yeah, and
He's Rob Pattinson is Batman, and he's just in a different universe than Ben Affleck, who's
Ben
also playing
Affleck's.
Batman. It really could be that simple. And maybe not to say that whatever Boss Logic, because Boss Logic posted twice already of a Batflick series at HBO Max. Not to say that he knows what's going on behind the scenes. Not to say that he's hinting at anything. But with a couple of other sources have said that it could be in the works. Again, all specs. Don't take our word for it.
Super spec.
Super specs. So, like, we'll find out in. So we actually got Justice Con, right? That fan made event, but there's some heavy hitters out there like that are going to be there. Like Zack Snyder himself is going to be there. So
At
maybe
Fandom, you're saying?
no at Justice Con. Yeah,
Justice Con. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Justice Con is next
Ray's
Saturday.
going right.
July 25th. Yes. We have Ray Porter, whose Dark Side is going to be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're
Uh,
getting something. We're getting something, baby. I can't fucking wait.
Jay Olivia is going to be there. Ray Fisher. Fabian Wagner is going to be there. Our guy. Clay Enos, I believe that's how you pronounce it. The photographer. Deborah Snyder. So we're going to have a couple good, heavy hitters out there to really. So yeah, exactly. We're definitely getting something. I have the list here of. I think it's going to be on YouTube, so it's a live stream. You can just watch it. So
Right.
if y'all aren't doing anything, we'll plug in the link. Y'all go tune into that. But then in about a month, almost a month away, we have the fucking heavy DC fandom. So
That's gonna
I'm
be tough.
anything I see now today is just like, all right, cool, that's fine. But wait till fandom. That's when I want the real heavy news, and that's what I think we're gonna get. Because a lot of shit, like I'm surprised they dropped that news about the show like this early, right? I thought that was something they would wait for fandom to do,
But you know what
but
that means to me?
even bigger shit is getting dropped at
That's
fandom,
little
right?
shit to them. That's little shit to them.
Exactly. They're like, where can we pick out
They're
like
like,
the
well, we'll give
smallest
him
thing?
that. That's all right. That's fine. And then now when
Right,
the fandom, they're gonna be like, you know that
right.
Marvel thing where they announced like their whole fucking next phases and all their movies with Blade and they announced Immortals. They announced like so much shit.
Hmm.
This is gonna be that level of insanity
I think so too.
where it's
I
gonna be
think so too.
constant, like bing, bing, bing.
Yeah,
This show, this
yeah.
show, this show,
You
this movie,
remember
this
that
movie,
shit,
this
dude?
person's cast, this person's
Like
cast. Dude, it was
we were looking
insane.
at
It was
we were looking
insane.
at the slate and we were like, oh my god, can we
We
get
were
a
like,
break? Can we get a
yeah.
break? We had to post every
We
5
literally every 5 minutes it felt like we were like, oh
like
my god.
it's nice because we're getting all this news, but we're like, oh shit, we still run a page. We have to post this stuff to keep people
Yeah,
notified.
exactly. So like
Um
it's
and
it's gonna be nice.
yeah, another thing they dropped is we got our first casting, well, technically our second casting for the Black Adam film, alongside with The Rock. Noah, I don't know,
Centineo,
is that how you pronounce it? Sure.
Centineo. Let me
You
look it
will
up real
be
quick.
my
Sorry, no, if I'm butchering,
butchering your name,
butchering,
butchering,
butchering. I don't want to butcher Centineo.
butch ass.
I think that.
But yeah, so however you pronounce his last name, we're not trying to butcher it. Shout out to him. He got casted as Adam Smasher for the Black Adam film.
Centineo. I was right. Centineo.
There you go.
Put in his last name and I just hit pronunciation. Centineo.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go. That's smart. There you go. But nonetheless, like I've never seen this dude in a single role ever.
I know
And
he
I
was
saw
in those Netflix movies, like the To All the Boys I Loved Before. It was like one of those romantic movies
oh
with
nah,
the.
still haven't seen any of that.
Have you heard of it?
Um nope.
No. Oh wow,
So he got casted. I was like, oh, who this? And then I was looking at the comment section and people
you
were just
are
like
violating.
violating. I'm like, yo, y'all are toxic. Dude just got announced. Like, how do y'all have
And, and
no clue how he's gonna do in this role? Not a single
and
clue.
this is what it's so funny to me. It's like you have like this whole. Do you remember how everyone reacted with Ben?
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm not trying to
I
say
was
this
one of the
guy is Ben
haters. I was
Affleck.
one of the haters. I was one of the haters. I was like,
I,
fuck that. I don't want Ben Affleck as my Batman. And
I
now he is legit my Batman.
I will never say like obviously that he's Ben Affleck, but like because I haven't seen his full potential. I haven't even seen him act in a movie, but I know what movie he. I know the only movie that I know he was in that other movie I just mentioned before on Netflix,
Right.
and it's funny. It's like how do you expect people to like be attracted to these roles if whenever like people are cast, it's like almost always a problem. It's like no,
Right.
like Wonder Woman's breasts aren't big enough, or or gal's breasts aren't big enough to play Wonder Woman. It's like shut the hell up. It's like just be quiet. It's like
Yeah.
people focus on the wrong shit that has nothing to do with the fucking character,
hundred
and
percent.
it's just like come on. It's like valid criticisms I understand, like one uh The Rock not being
Like
Middle East
that
like
version.
Middle Eastern.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I could understand that. I could
Mhm.
get that because he's very all about his home, like protecting his home. Like he doesn't want to like just go out and rule the world. He's just trying to protect his home, and he does
Right.
it with a fucking iron fist.
Right.
But like you know it's more about that, and he's very culturalized and all that shit. So I understand that. So like that can be a valid criticism. I don't really feel that way, but I
Right.
can respect somebody who does. Like I know Eunice does. Eunice feels like that.
Right.
Not to
100%.
say that he hates The Rock. I don't think he hates. I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but I remember when we talked about it before in a previous podcast, he did
Mhm.
mention that.
No, 100%. I agree with that. And I mean, like again, I haven't seen this dude in a role, and even if you did, like you could say it's okay. People are gonna criticize. That's fine. People are gonna be like, ah, like I don't. But the way people react is just weird to me. It's like if you don't, let's say you've seen him act, he gets casted for this role, and you're like, okay, like I'm not a fan of his, but let's see, right? It's always a let's see. We like because
Right, right.
we gotta understand
Innocent till
an
proven guilty,
actor
bro.
and right actors are given a certain like script that they have to follow. So there's only so much they can work with sometimes. We don't know what they're working with. Clearly, the people that were doing the castings thought this guy was right for this particular role.
Yep.
So I'm gonna trust them over any Twitter fingers saying he's not right for the role.
And The Rock definitely had input. And and if The Rock
Of
said yes,
course.
I'm fine
Of
with it.
course. And it's not even that, dude. It's like Adam Smasher, right? I don't like me personally. I don't give two shits about Adam Smasher. So whatever they do with it in the movie, like I'll probably be fine with it regardless. But I know there's those true diehard comic book readers that are just like, they need every casting like to the T,
Right.
like up to length of the person's hair, their eyebrow. Like I don't get that, but whatever. Let's just wait. Let's just see.
Yes.
He's casted.
Patience.
He's casted, and that's that. Um, but in terms of that, there's been a couple of other things, not really in like the comic book universe, but more, just movies in general. Obviously, we know things are getting pushed back more. Tenant was supposed to release today. That's obviously not happening. But
Subway.
any other big news, we'll keep you guys posted. One other thing I wanted to bring up was the DC Black Label of they're releasing a Watchmen spinoff based on Rorschach. It's going to take place 35 years after Dr. Manhattan Thanos snapped him out of existence. And Tom King is writing it, and he's been writing Batman lately. It's debuting in October, and it will be a 12-issue series. So I've actually been really falling in love with Watchmen. The more and more shit that comes from it. Like the first taste of Watchmen I got was actually watching Zack Snyder's movie,
Same.
and I originally I was young. I was really young, so I remember not liking it because I was like, "This makes no sense to me." Like they just let the world just get clapped like that. Like they just
Right,
let
right,
New
right, right.
York,
You're
right?
expecting like, yeah, yeah, I got it.
Right, but because I didn't have any context on the Watchmen and who they really were. So then the more I up my knowledge on it, and then I rewatched the
And you
movie, and
became
I
more
was like,
mature.
right, I was like, wow, that shit was fucking dope. And then the you know they got announced the Doomsday Clock joint, and so I still haven't read that, but after watching, I know, right? After watching the HBO Watchmen series, which is a
Right.
continuation of what happened in the graphic novel, I was like, well, to me, it's by far the best comic book series of all time, even though it's just one season. It's one perfect season, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I
But
agree.
after this got announced, I'm like, damn. So yesterday I started reading the graphic novel again for Watchmen, and I'm gonna read a couple of other issues of like The Flash and Batman, so I could read Doomsday Clock to get kind of prepared for this.
Mm.
So like I've really been invested in Watchmen. I just think they're so like if if uh if any comic book could come to life, I think it's Watchmen. That could really be in today's society. It's very political, very controversial. Like I don't think there's another graphic novel or another real comic book series that can be brought to life the way Watchmen is or
I, I
can be.
think The Boys is a really good.
That's true too.
The
Mhm.
Boys is like, even though obviously it's like it's a lot less serious, or no, it's weird. It's like it's still serious, but it has dark humor, I guess.
Yeah,
So like,
100%.
so like, even though it's a different type of serious and a different type, like I could still totally see corporations, like private security corporations and companies and shit like that, profitizing off this and like
Yeah,
corrupt shit going down, and I could totally see that. Like, are you kidding?
definitely,
Like,
definitely.
no question. And then them being sold as like these pure people, Christians, of course. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
totally makes sense. Like, so I think also from that standpoint, those two shows I think were the most realistic it even though it's crazy and like people are so confused about it or
Right,
something, it's
like
like,
squids
but
squids
yeah,
dropping down.
but guess what? Like
I mean, if
it's
2020
still
has taught us
realistic. Yeah,
anything, if
exactly.
2020 has taught us
Anything
anything,
can happen, my guy. Like anything. Like so,
yeah.
like I think those two shows are really like the best representations of what could happen if superpowers were real, or if this kind of stuff was like comic
Right,
book.
like a comic book brought to life, right?
Right.
No, 100%. And speaking of The Boys, yeah, that's coming out soon, September.
September 4th.
Yeah. So there we probably did mention it in a podcast. We'll
Tony's
just
the whole cast is going to come on for a podcast, so make sure you stay tuned
exactly.
for that.
Yes, exactly.
So
But no, the first 3 episodes are releasing on Amazon Prime the first day, and then they're gonna release weekly, kind of like how Doom Patrol is doing right now.
just spread out the
But
content.
yeah, because we actually I prefer that right now. Although I
Yeah,
do love binging shit, it's like you know
we're
what?
not going nowhere. So
Exactly. So that's that's the news on that. Let's see. Nothing right. Again, just a couple other news of people in other movies, but we could go on for days talking about that. So we'll just limit it to right now all the comic stuff that we know. But obviously, any breaking news comes out, we'll touch base on it. Um, but yeah, so what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go on a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna talk about the old guard. All right, cool. So we back, y'all.
we back.
So yeah, the news segment is done. Now it's time for the main event, the main topic of discussion. Netflix presents The Old Guard, starring
Starting
Charlize.
5.
Right, Charlize
Coming in at
Theron.
6'2", Charlize Theron.
You weren't that far off. She is tall. I don't think she hits 6 feet
No,
tall, but
I
I
don't
think
think
she's
so.
like 5'10". I think she's
Yeah.
5'10". But I remember, like, dude, like Netflix is one of those stream. First of all, I have to shout out Netflix because no matter what, like I know HBO Max is on the
5'10".
rise. 5'10". Oh, nice, I got it right. I
Yep.
mean, I do stalk her on the low, so not like that, y'all. I've never actually seen Charlize in person. I meant like just virtual stalking. You know what? I'm just gonna stop
Yeah,
talking now.
just
How
yeah,
about that? Yeah,
yeah. Let's move
that
on.
works. That works. Charlize, if you're listening to this, I am so sorry. Um, but no, nonetheless, dude, like shout out to Netflix because I mean HBO Max is on the rise, right? Cool. But I don't log into anything else more. Like I log into all this stuff clearly to watch things here and there. But my prime like shit for streaming is not Amazon Prime to the tune. Good pun. No, bad one. Got it. Um, is Netflix. Like I'm always on Netflix. Like I notice myself always gearing towards Netflix. And what they do that I like low key just love, like they won't even announce shit. They'll just drop a trailer like,
Yeah,
hey, this is dropping in like
because
tomorrow.
that's that big boy talk. That's that big streamer talk, bro.
Yeah, and they like I saw something the other day that they just gained like in the first half of this year, they gained more more followers, more subscribers
Talk, bro. Come on.
already. More subscribers already this year than they have all of last year.
Wow.
So, right. Like
Well,
they're
that makes sense though,
fucking
actually, because everybody's at home now, so they need
it's
something to
that's
watch.
true, but that's still a remarkable fucking
Oh, it's
like
still yeah, it's still amazing, of course, yeah, for sure.
and so right. I had no like I saw it just pop up on my Netflix like, oh, the old guard. And I was like, oh shit, like this looks kinda alright. Like
Where
maybe I'll check it out. And then while I was doing like a little bit of research on it, just to kind of feedback, like what's it about a little bit. I saw, like we mentioned previously, that it was a comic graphic novel, I believe 5 issues, from Image Comics, and they're doing a second one. I think the second one just wrapped up, a graphic novel, also 5 issues. So I'm like, wow, like they released it in 2017. They got busy with it and just released the movie, and the movie is fucking successful right now.
number
Um,
2 as of today, I saw number 2 on trending in the U.S.
oh, for real?
Yeah,
I just
on Netflix.
I just saw something on Twitter. Oh, right here. The Old Guard is already among the top 10 most popular Netflix films. The film is reportedly tracking to be viewed by 72 million subscribers within its first 4 weeks.
That's tough. That's
That's
fucking tough.
insane. So it's probably if regardless, gonna get a sequel, and obviously, once we get into the post credit scene, we'll break that down a little more. But Mark, overall, like, what were your thoughts on it?
It was garbage, bro. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest. Nah, I'm just kidding. That shit was actually It wasn't. It was really good. It was really good. I'd
Right.
rated it. I'd rated it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I give it a solid eight, eight point five
I'll
maybe.
need to give it another watch, but I will say from the first viewing, I thought it was something. I thought it was a real original idea, and I think they fleshed it out pretty solid. Obviously, again, majority of movies not perfect. There's obviously flaws to it, but I thought the first of all the action scenes, that's what caught my attention.
Fire,
That's what
absolute
caught my
fire. That was
attention.
the best aspect of the whole movie. I
Yes,
mean, like, dude,
yes.
like everything, and it wasn't like, oh, like it was just cool stuff. Like, it was cool in the sense that, like, this shit is like realistic, military trained. Like, the way they were storming rooms, breaching
Hmm.
rooms, and like the hand signaling, the fucking like like the tapping on the shoulders, like when they're ready to go, like, okay, come on, come this way, like, or something like that. Like, it was so tough. Like, it was
Yeah,
so cool to see. Like, dude, they were a fucking unit.
yeah,
Like, they would take, like, obviously, yeah, you could say it's easy to take down a whole fucking building when you're immortal, but
yeah.
keep in mind, if they shot you in the head, you're still immobilized for a little bit, so that can
A
fuck you
hundred
up.
percent.
So, like, so and their aim was like, "Doo-doo-doo," like, done, bye, bye, see ya,
Yeah,
get out of my
and
game,
and
get out of my game.
and that's the thing to me. You know, a lot of the times you watch these movies or shows, and you're just like I get it, it's a movie, so I'm not going to be too critical on. Oh, this person's never shot a gun before, but yet they hit the person straight in a fucking,
Hit
you know,
dome, yeah.
right. But this, like, these people have lived for centuries. Like,
They probably came up with some of these fucking tactics.
right.
Like,
Exactly. Like they've mastered, like, if you talk about mastering, like, Charlize's character probably knows every single martial arts known to man.
yeah, centuries of fucking
Centuries worth.
of
Right.
literal centuries worth of fighting and killing people.
Right.
That's
Right.
nuts.
It's not like hypothetical, like, oh yeah, like, like Batman. Like, Batman knows centuries worth, but in 30
Condensed,
years.
yeah.
Right.
Imagine if he had
He
that kind of time.
Oh my god, it's over for
No,
this
he would never lose.
man. Never, not one. Not
Prep time?
he probably wouldn't get hit once. He probably wouldn't get hit
Bro,
once.
he wouldn't need to move from his chair. He'd just be sitting in the back cave. Everybody
But
would
nah,
just take
hold on,
care of
hold on.
themselves.
But we talking about Andy. We talking about the main
Word,
character.
word, 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 word.
But
Andy lit.
Andy, right? They don't even got like superhero names, nothing. Like,
I love it.
just Andy, Niall, Booker, Joe,
Joe.
Nikki. But
Yeah,
shout
they
out.
were
So
all tough, man.
those were the five goons, right? Yeah, I got them all right. There you go. So I thought for the most part, right. Again, the shout out to the fight choreographers, shout out to all the stunt teams. I think Charlize did most of her stunts, by the way, as well.
She a beast.
I'm
She a
not sure
beast.
about the rest of
We've been knew this.
right. I'm not
She a
sure about the
beast.
rest of the squadron, but she did her own shit, and she just said too in an interview that she would love to do a movie with my son Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Imagine just like Eddie and John Wick just fucking
Fucking people up, dude.
but
Wild shit.
nah, man. So of course, yeah, that was one of my big takeaways. What one thing that it wasn't really a concern I had, but there was a point in time in, I believe, the second act, where the second act was mostly just, dialogue, and
You didn't like that?
no, that's the thing. Like, I didn't mind it just because we kind of needed that. We kind of needed to understand where she's coming from. I liked Niall's character a lot.
Yeah, because
Because
she kind of was like us.
yes,
It
right,
was like where she was just thrown into this, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on? These
right,
people are getting shot in the head, and they're still not dying. What the fuck?
and I could see how, because I could see how people be like, oh, like, she was mad annoying. I'm like, but
Why?
put yourself, because she was like
Exactly.
always complaining, right? But I'm
Oh,
like, put yourself in her shoes
you
and
can
imagine you could never die.
you can never
You
see your
have to
family
leave,
again,
right? You have to leave your family behind because this
friends,
random
loves.
stranger just told you you're immortal. Like, how would you fucking feel? I'll be like, no, fuck this. So, and that leads to another point of mine where I wasn't that upset at what Booker did. Yes, I'm tight he betrayed them,
Right,
but
right.
he
I was
he
the same
did it
way.
he did it for the right reason.
He
I'm
did it
like,
because
I feel
because
him, dude.
him and short la, 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 uh uh
Oh, him and
Charlize Theron's
you gotta say it
character.
with an accent or else you're gonna mess it up. Tehran.
What
Charlize Tehran.
was her character's name again? Was
Andy.
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy. They both wanted to die. Like, let's be honest.
Hmm.
They were ready to die. Like,
Dude, like when they
and
were at that round table and they were talking like, oh, when did you pick them up? When did you pick him up? When did you pick her up? And they're like, oh, she's the oldest. Like she's been around. We don't know
yeah,
how long. It's like, dude, I would be so fucking exhausted of life. I've lived for
yeah.
23
Like,
years and I've seen some shit.
and
Imagine her.
he had Booker had two sons or three sons, and he had to watch them all die.
And no,
That's crazy.
I thought one thing I was kind of not confused, but I wanted to just I couldn't rewind because I was watching with a couple people. So I wasn't gonna be like I wasn't gonna tell your brother Eric, hey, can you just rewind because I wasn't too sure what was going on there. He would be like, come on, dude. But yo, shout out Eric.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he'll be like, dude, just
Dude, come
figure it out later. Figure it out later.
on. Just look it up. Just look it up.
Yeah, but now shout out to Eric. We got to get him on a pod. We got to get him on a
We
podcast.
do. We do.
But no, so there was that one scene where he was explaining, Booker was explaining to Niall, and that was one of my favorite scenes because I thought his acting was phenomenal in that
Yeah,
scene
Booker was dope.
because he was telling her like, yo, like imagine you telling your family what you are and the power you have, and you not being able to give them that
And
or
they don't believe
just
you.
right or right that as well, just they don't believe you, and even if they did, like there's absolutely nothing you could do to help them in their situation because his son was dying, right? His son had
Cancer.
cancer, right?
41.
And I what I took away from that thing was that his son knew that his dad was immortal, quote unquote immortal,
Yeah, he definitely told his kids and his family and
right?
shit like
So
that.
and he was just
Because
like,
there was gonna be too many questions. Hey, Dad, how come you still look the same as when I was 2 and now I'm 20?
hmm
So like, yeah, absolutely.
so
Like,
so and his son was so upset at his dad because he couldn't share that quote unquote gift,
yeah,
you know, and that's why like I put quote unquote because like
gifted
is it
curse.
really a gift, right? It could probably be fun for a while, but at a certain point you're like, can I just fucking die already? Can I just like not live?
Facts.
Um,
Yo,
I
but speaking of that, speaking
mhm.
of torture, that you already know what I'm gonna say, right? Can you
Go
imagine?
ahead, go ahead.
What's her name? The girl that
Quinn, right? Is it Quinn?
Quinn or something like that.
Hmm.
When she was trapped in a coffin under the fucking ocean. Like, bruh, I
Bro,
would have been like,
that scene, like really,
dude, it makes
like
you fucking like
I was, bro, like
my heart broke.
this is what I
I
mean.
was like,
This is what I mean when like when I always tell people I don't like horror movies because I don't like the aspect of something jumping out at me, scaring me. I find no pleasure in that.
right,
That to me is
it's
a
frightening,
real yes. That
frightening.
is what I find terrifying. Like just I'm like, yo, like they and what I love that they connected is that they showed them in the past when like the Salem witch trials were a thing, and like they're literal like in that aspect, yeah, they're not dying. So like people at that time are like, these are witches, like this is witchcraft.
Yep,
Like how are they not dying? And then they were smart enough to be like, oh okay, like you don't want to die, we're just gonna drown you, and you'll just wake up and
and
keep
die again.
drowning, bro. And like it's centuries like that, centuries. So I can't imagine, and this brings us to our post credit scene where you know Booker shows up to his place and she's there. I was like, yo, and it did such a good job at kind of like putting her in the story for that one bit, and then I kind of completely forgot about her.
I
And then when
didn't. I was
oh
like,
no,
I was no. I
you
knew
were
some was.
waiting,
I was waiting.
for
I was like,
something.
she gonna show up. Like they're like, oh, like I could never find. That's the
She
telltale
was like,
sign. That's the tell.
yeah.
That's the telltale sign, bro. When they
Okay,
say,
but she was like, I could never
oh,
like
they're
find her.
lost. You know what I mean? Like so you know she's not dead. You know
Yeah.
they never found her. So I was like, they're either gonna. I was expecting this. I was like,
Mhm.
she was either gonna send what's his name to go look for her. She was just tell Booker to go look for her
Right.
and try to find her because he was always the guy who was finding people. So I was like, okay, it's either gonna be him or she's just gonna come back on her own and she's gonna want some vengeance.
Right.
And I assume based on that conversation, it felt like number two. Like it felt
Yeah.
like she was
Yeah.
coming back for some revenge. And
Yeah.
now that
No,
she
no, 100%.
and now that uh Andy can't well for however long it lasts
She can die now. She
she
can
can
die
die
now.
now. Exactly.
Right.
Now that she can die, now it's like, you gotta
Yeah.
protect her.
I was expecting her to die at the end of the film, like some shit would happen.
I was too. I was too.
But because clearly they're setting up a sequel, she needs to be a big part of that, and obviously Charlize brings a big audience. But no, nonetheless, man, yeah, back to that, like Quinn, like just popped up. She's like, "Yeah, book was good. Been a minute, been a while." But so how do you think? So I think the second graphic novel probably touches base on this because I'm gonna do
It's
it.
gotta
I'm
be.
look. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna do it. Shout out my guy Charlie. Was it Charlie? It might not have even been him, but I'm gonna shout him out regardless. Um, no, it
You see
might.
this light? You
Yeah,
see this light right here?
yes, I do. Oh, you turned off your mic. Come on, man. Oh, you muted me completely.
No,
Come
I
on,
just
man.
muted
I'm sorry.
myself. I
I'm
turned my
sorry.
mic off.
Turn it back on. Come on. Yeah.
No more shout outs for him,
All right, no
man.
more shout
No
outs. So,
more.
so I'll just be like, shout out an anonymous source. Shout out an anonymous source. But I'm going to have to this one because I'm not 100% sure it was him. So I can't
Okay,
confirm.
okay.
But nonetheless, whoever it was, this anonymous anonymous source,
Right.
they said that it was this first movie was very much tied in with the first graphic novel. So I'm assuming the sequel is going to be tied in very much so to the second one. So I'm going to hold off on reading the second one until I watch the movie, since I'm more of a movie guy than a book guy. I don't want anything really, spoiled, or I don't want to be watching it and be like, oh, I know what's about to happen type shit. But
Right.
right. But since we're not gonna, I'm not gonna speak for you, but I'm assuming you're also not gonna read it before you watch the movie.
True.
How do you think someone just picked her up? Like I can't wait to see that backstory. I can't wait to see that. Like, how do you think that's gonna come about?
I think she was maybe picked up by some third party that has like to be
That's gonna be a villain in the second movie
yeah.
as well.
And
Yep.
like they're gonna because they ended up brainwashing her maybe into saying, you know what,
Yes.
you need to go kill these
Or
people
or the
or
other way
capture
around.
them.
Or the other way around. She like not brainwashed them, but she was like, "Yo, I could slice and dice
Or maybe
all you motherfuckers
it
right
was just
now."
a matter of luck. It could have
Yeah,
been just a matter of luck because what's like kind of how Arrow happened, like where those random fishermen just came by and he shot a
yeah,
flare and whatever. Like who
right.
knows? Like
And
maybe a submarine was going by and like they
it's like,
were
"What the fuck is that?"
sonar. Why do we hear like why is there like it sounds like some kind of screaming or something coming down there?
Uh huh.
And we're getting like
Right.
like audio like or sound waves. I
Hmm.
don't know, but
Yeah. No, I think right. It could go either way. Either way, I'm very invested,
yeah,
and
for sure.
if she is the main villain of the second movie, I can't wait for that. Yo, shout out to the villain of this movie because he was in Harry Potter, right? He was he was the son. He was Harry's adopted. Well, Harry's adopted, but he was the brother. That's him.
I was like,
Yeah,
where
dude.
did I see this dude before?
Yeah, he's just a lot skinnier. Yeah, Harry Melling. This is him. Yeah, Dudley played Mr. Dudley. Dudley Dursley. Um, that was one of my main gripes with the film. I wasn't too convinced at the villain at his he did a great job, like he was very menacing and was a villain.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
insane, bro.
yeah,
This
man.
good on him for losing a lot of weight, man. Good on him,
I mean
bro.
he was just a kid. It was baby weight. Like
Nah, like even the older ones,
oh word, oh
he
shit.
was a big boy from
Wow.
this side. He was bigger, and then now,
Oh, my
like
son,
look at his face now. It's like
yeah, my son
insane.
got a bow flex. She was like, let's get it.
Yo, go, yo, good for him. Honestly, I didn't think he was that bad. But
No, no, no,
he
not
wasn't
not his
like,
portrayal. Not
but
his portrayal.
he was written almost
Right.
like. just like that classic, like not classic. I mean, like he was definitely fucking a psychotic, definitely psycho because he
Yeah,
was like into like he didn't give a shit about people.
yeah,
Like he almost got off on people, suffering, on them
yeah.
suffering. Um, and I thought it was like they probably could have done a better job writing him,
Right. That was my main
but
concern with him. Like
but
I
what
feel
but
like
what he was given, I think he did a pretty good job.
oh, 100%. Acting perspective, 100%. Like I hated him. I was like, this dude is just he's just the overall dick. He's the overall
Yeah.
asshole. And I'm sure that's what his character is supposed to be. But from watching it, and I'm like, if they maybe fleshed his character out a bit more, he could have been like a to me like a thrift shop like Lex Luthor kind of villain. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like obviously, don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing this dude to Lex. Like Lex is on another level. Shout out Jesse
Right.
Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex is still the best. I don't want to hear anything from anyone. Um, but
Facts.
no, like his character's name is Marek. And I like the concept though. I liked how they tied in Copley or Copley. How was it? I think it
I,
was
I I
Copley
heard it pronounced two different ways. Copley is
in the
how
movie
Copley is
Copley.
how everyone else just said it, and then Copley is how uh neat the new immortal said it.
Yeah, I mean, and I fuck with it. I don't mind it. I don't care.
Neela, is it Neela?
Not Nile.
Nyla. I'm terrible with names. Nyla. All right.
Nile. Nile,
Nile.
like the
Nile.
Nile
Nile.
River.
Nile.
Nile. Nile,
Oh.
Nile, Nile, Nile. Um,
Nile.
how do you pronounce the dude from Doctor Strange? How do you pronounce his name? I'm gonna butcher it. I'm just not gonna say
Well,
names because I'm gonna
I
butcher
think
them.
actually I just need to see it. Hold on.
Yeah, get the pronunciation app going. While you get that going, I'm just gonna talk about. I really, really like this character though. You
I
know
loved
why?
it. I loved it.
Because again, this whole thing to me was, because there's a couple different sides with Copley, whatever. Between him, Marek, and Booker, right? You could say those were the three antagonists of the entire film, right? One, obviously, Booker. We talked about the betrayal. He had a good reasoning for it. Marek, um, he was more of like the maniacal, like not really feeling this guy. Like he's more evil. But with Copley's character or Copley again, whatever, he was on the same sense as Booker. Like his wife died right from ALS, and the reasons he was doing this, he
I
thought
got a
he was
name.
doing good. He thought he was doing good. Yeah, go ahead.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There you go. Shout out to my guy. Also in Doctor Strange, he will be the villain as well in Doctor Strange 2. Oh well,
You
excuse
did,
me, excuse me. Nothing confirmed on that, but I guess they're
yeah,
gonna
we're,
have to go
we're
that
gonna
route.
we're gonna jump on a ledge and say that. But
But
he was awesome. Yeah. Because I go ahead. You were
yeah,
saying
no. So he in this film too, he was great. I'm like, wow, this dude is a fucking phenomenal actor.
he's really good.
Um, I thought his character development was great too because I'm like, oh, like because in the beginning of the film it was a setup. He set them up, right? Because he works for the CIA. And so he set them up with the cameras and he's like, oh, look, they're immortals. Like they could do this shit. But then seeing him at the end of the film and the amount of research he did on Andy and like we got to
And everybody.
briefly see right and everyone, yeah, but Andy's been there from the jump. Like she did a lot of good for humanity.
Yeah.
So it begs the question too, like, yeah, it sucks that these people are immortal. Like it sucks for them, but in a sense, her character and all these other characters, they've done really good for the world in general. Like without them, what could have been? Maybe the world is way worse with them not being in it.
It would have been probably. I mean, like think about it. Like they were there for civil rights. They were there for um, just like all these like things that maybe
Activists,
all these
yeah,
activists and all these other things that like maybe have
like
been forgotten
world
by the rest
wars,
of
yeah.
society. But like people's
Mhm.
those people saving 300 people. And like one person that she saves 300 people. Those 300 people that person saves can go on and do so many things.
Right,
They could have a descendant that cures some disease. They could have this. Like if you think about it, really it's endless. The amount of impact they've had on the civilization and
yeah,
human life in general.
yeah,
And like it's insane if you actually really think about the ripple effect.
right.
Like so,
And what I really appreciated too was in the beginning of the movie, Andy was like fuck them, fuck humanity, like screw
yeah,
them. Like no matter how much good we do,
They
it's
don't
like they,
care.
and that spoke so real to like today's society, right? It's like it seems we're always we put one step like one foot forward, but we always get like three steps back, right?
Yep.
At least that's how I feel in today's world. But by the end of the film, although she didn't specifically say anything,
But you
like
felt like she was like,
she
"It's a
was
new day."
motivated. She was,
Yeah.
and a lot had to do with Niall because Niall went back for her, and she kind of saw, hope in humanity again, and also with Copley. I'm just
Hopefully.
yeah changing his name completely now. Just Cop Co. There you go. We're just calling him Co for the rest of the
Co.
podcast. So you know, he as well, like he documented everything. Like it was all plastered on the wall like a mad. You know what that scene reminded me of a little bit? The scene in the Flash TV series where he has like his mother's murder
Oh, right,
thing,
right, right, right. That thing
and
on
he
the
has
board
all
where
that.
he like
Yeah.
moves the thing and he comes up. Yeah.
So
Is it like
he
a
had
bird? Is that like a bird in your room or something?
no. That's my dad calling for my cat who went
Oh.
outside, and it's like pouring rain now.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's kind of calming. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it's like that. That nice fresh rain smell.
Oh, I love
Like
it.
that summer rain smell. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it too. But yeah, back to the old guard. No, so I thought it had a lot of significance in terms of speaking truth about humanity, speaking truth about people, the extent that a cop went through to try and find a cure, to even after he could have taken the wrong route after his wife's death and gone completely AWOL and like, now fuck this,
Yeah, like Maddox or whatever his name was.
right, Merrick.
Merrick.
But he he decided to and now especially setting up for the sequel, Andy's like, yo, anything that any security camera we're in, delete that shit. Delete all that shit. Like Black Panther, right?
Fact.
Delete that footage. Like
Yeah,
that.
delete
That's
that footage.
oh, I just thought
Delete that footage.
that's a great meme for tomorrow.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
but nah, I thought it was refreshing. To me, the movie as a whole was
Yeah.
very refreshing. Again, certain areas where things could have been written a little better. Obviously, the only one we really mentioned was the villain, and
One for me was like, oh, like it wasn't like written. Like it was just like okay, this is a movie. Like
Mhm.
where she tackles him outside of the fucking window, and then like all like that whole. But then it kind of realized to me, I was like, wow, that entire interaction there was no cops. Like explosions, like people are like
oh, and people,
shooting through windows,
everyone just
and
came in
then
afterwards, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. It's like
where were y'all? Where were people on the streets?
yeah, this wasn't like some in the woods ass town. This is a fucking and also like they had two cars there. There was only two cars in that street.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
that she landed in, and then the other one they just got in. I don't know whose car it was, but they just got in. The doors were open, and and they just we out, and then they just drove. The cops, even though the cops are coming into the city, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna leave that cop. We're gonna let that car go. Let that car go. Let that car go. It's like
right. Yeah, I
uh,
get it. I get
uh,
it. A little lazy
it's like
there,
a little lazy, but it was fine. Like
but
it would have been cool if they fucking if she like shoved him out of the fucking thing and then he fell and then they just all dipped out another way.
right.
That I would have gotten. That was for sure. But sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I just wanted to mention because we were discussing about writing. So the graphic novel was written by Greg Rucka, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, and
Becca.
Leandro Fernandez. So I'm sorry, Leandro illustrated it, and Greg wrote the graphic novel. But Greg also wrote the screenplay for the movie, so that's something really
That's
cool.
cool. That's awesome.
Right. It's like they trusted him. They were like, "Hey, since you wrote the comic, do you want to come and write the movie?" And that's awesome. So like, good for them. Obviously, it's paid off. It's a huge success. And it was also directed by Gina Prince, by Bethwood. Hold on. Try. Can I give you the spelling and you pronounce it for me?
Yeah. Sorry. What is it?
Yeah. Bythewood.
Gina Prince. That one.
Yep. How do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that last name, Mark?
Bythewood.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bythewood.
Okay. Bythewood.
Yeah.
Bythewood. Okay, I love it.
Like Mike Tyson.
So she right. But no, so she directed it, so congrats to her. I've
There was a
never
lot of LGBTQ and like a lot of cool uses, not uses, just like a lot of cool not use. What's the word I'm looking for? They put it in the movie, which is cool. Like just like
Representation.
representation. That's the word. There he is.
Hey, shout out
And he
Ozzy.
muted himself again.
Shout out our producer. Um
Representation. That was the word I was looking
he's
for. And
he is
everyone's like,
collecting
yeah,
he's collecting all the Infinity Stones right now, so he can't be with us
yeah.
full
He's just
time.
with us so he can
But
edit the
no, yeah,
podcast.
like but yeah, with Joe and Nikki's character, like I didn't get that. I really didn't get that vibe until they got locked up, and then they just started like making out in front of all the
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
front of all the guards, and I was like, oh shit. And but it was funny because on the when they were at that round table, that's what I'm calling it from now on, the round table, because it was a round table. They were sitting at where they were talking like they used to fight each other in wars.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're like always like, yo, like
They
what the
killed
fuck?
each
Like
other.
I
Like
see you
that's nuts.
right. They're like, yo, I see you everywhere. Like what the so and then it to me it wasn't forced like you know how everyone complains now about the social justice warriors. Everyone bitches about that nowadays for some weird. People are weird.
Yeah.
People are weird. But we're not even gonna get into that. But it's fine because in the graphic novel they were. I'm gonna read it soon. When I finish all the Watchmen shit I want to finish, I'm gonna get into that. But they were probably gay in the graphic novel as well.
And if they
But
weren't, who
who
cares?
who cares, right? But nonetheless, like it wasn't like they were forcing that onto the screen because like clearly that's their sexual preference and clearly they've known each other for centuries.
Yep.
So again, if you're bitching about that, I feel sorry for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I really do. Like,
Sir.
who gives a fuck? But nah, man. Overall, again, I'm trying to see if we're missing any real important things. Again, mostly the dialogue I thought was really cool. Cool flashback scenes. I wish we saw a little more flashbacks.
I think we're
Like
gonna
with
get more of it in the next one.
100%. Right, exactly.
But
Right at the same time, because this was how long was the runtime?
it was like 2 hours. I started at like 5. I finished at 7.
Okay, so that's my I'm gonna check runtime. Oh, I hate when they do this. 125 minutes. So it's like
Two
what's 100?
hours. 2 hours
Yeah.
and 5 minutes. 60
All right.
minutes times 2 is 120. 5 minutes. So 60. So it'd be an hour. 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Fucking genius. Fucking genius, Mark. Mm.
You flatter me, but no.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you're not one of them? Like you probably lived on for centuries, man, and that's how you know. That's how you know all this fucking
I'm an
genius.
immortal, bro. I'm an
You're an immortal.
immortal.
Wow, I'm Ed. On IMDb at the top, it says it 2 hours and 5 minutes. There you go. You see, I'm not immortal. I guess not. But another concept that I really like that I want to touch base on is we can call them immortal, but they're not fully immortal, right? They're not fully gods because they can die, and it's like
Yeah,
that
but it's only through. It's just because yeah, their powers will eventually wear off.
you age out.
You
Yeah,
age out, I guess.
it's like they have a. It's weird, right? Like you're
But I don't even know if it's aging out. I just think it's
right.
like
It's just that's it. You got fucked up way too many times.
not even that. I just think it's just like, all right, it's your time. Like whatever is controlling all this shit,
Hmm.
or whatever is however they're getting their power. It's just like it just goes away because also think about it because like she's supposed to be the oldest, right?
Yes,
Then they said, oh yeah, there was somebody else who died.
yes.
That
The black
the
guy.
black guy who died with when she was still with what's her name? Uh
It's Quinn.
Quinn. And then also, and if you do the math, also, it's like Quinn would definitely be approaching her expiration date if it's by years lived or deaths made. If it's by
Yeah, if it's
deaths,
death's made, she would
she's
have been.
dead. She would have been dead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, it's like,
Right.
you know what? Like, I don't know how these powers are really kept track of or whatever. Like, I don't know how
Yeah.
you know when you run out.
So
Kinda-
maybe like maybe Quinn will sort of have a clue to all this as well, or someone in the second movie.
Maybe, but I
I
mean,
think
like,
I heard it. They don't have to get into all that. Like it don't matter.
I think
Honestly,
they
it's
need
even.
to get they need to get into it.
Oh, word?
Somebody has to know about this shit. I think
They're
there's
like,
going to be
I
somebody
need
who
an explanation.
I think somebody's going to be older than
Then Charlize's character, then Andy.
yeah,
I think if they do that, because I heard
and he or she might be the person with all the answers.
right. Right. I heard from an anonymous source. That's what I'm calling every source now, an anonymous source, that they're trying to set up a trilogy.
Right.
So I feel like if they're gonna make the second one, Quinn being the antagonist, the quote unquote antagonist doesn't necessarily need to be the villain, but the antagonist for the third one would be the all supreme, like, hey, I'm the oldest in this bitch, and this is how this shit functions.
Word.
You know? So yeah, but I will probably say, yeah, I'll probably give the same rating you did. I will give it another rewatch. I will read the graphic novel, the first one. Again,
Right.
if y'all want to check it out, shout out Image Comics. You could probably get it, anywhere you would buy.
So
comic
you'd give it an
books.
8.5?
No, I'll give it an 8. An 8.
Oh, an 8.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I said 8 to 8.5, right around that.
Oh,
that
gotcha.
area is a nice
All right,
little
so
sweet
so
spot.
I'll give it an 8.3. Right in the middle of that.
8.25 would actually be in the middle of that, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. My bad. You know what? You're immortal. You're a genius.
I'm not immortal. It's just 50 divided by 2.
I
No,
know.
Mark isn't the only one, right?
Oh, he's back. He's back.
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest. It's me.
I'm back, baby.
I'm
But
taking
no,
a
I
little
don't.
break.
Oh, so
at work.
did you finish the movie?
Yeah, I did.
Would you?
All right, go ahead.
I mean, we just finished up our talk, but give us your input.
Oh,
The concept is in fact very, very cool and refreshing. I think it was really dope that a woman directed it. It was pretty well directed for the most part. Not a lot of style to it, really. In terms of the look.
Yeah, like cinematography wise.
Yeah.
Not every movie can be BVS.
Or Inception.
I'm probably watching that tonight. It's like the anniversary.
Oh yeah. July 17th, 2010. I remember that day.
I remember.
I told you I'm the oldest.
Gotcha.
Right.
Me and Mark are challenging each other to see who the oldest is.
That's why we're arguing all the time. We're just remembering history wrong.
But there's the whole I'm assuming y'all know how I feel about when it comes to involving some sort of secret government thing with superheroes or with some sort of when science gets involved for the wrong reasons. No, mainly because I got beef with the science dude, with Merrick. Cause fuck that guy. He's pussy. I remember him from Harry Potter. Fuck him.
We talked about
Fuck
that.
him,
Yeah.
bro. No.
I remember you bringing this topic of the science thing up in the Fantastic Four review we did.
Yeah, when the government gets involved because they want to do something with it. They want.
It's not really the government. It's more so
big pharma. Then.
Yeah, I mean it was CIA, giving information to the company Merrick. But so what? Besides that, what were your gripes with it?
I just think that it was kind of weak. It was very mustache twirly. You have a group of people who are truly exceptional and remarkable with their abilities and with their DNA alone. And then you want to just torture them and be a dick about it and stuff. I just think that it could have gone a better way of them actually solving issues with the world. I rather
I think if they used
Merrick.
No, the ex CIA agent who.
Oh, you talking about
Chetway?
My guy, I got you right now.
Copeland. Copley.
I think if they used
Chiwetel
like
Ejiofor.
yeah,
There you
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Ejiofor.
If they used his kind of like motivation where it's like, oh, my wife died of this like from this other disease, and I'm trying to fucking help people not go through this shit, you know, like try to like like if they had that kind of a backstory for it instead of like, oh, like I just want money, I want to, you know, like he sells it behind this like
Right.
nice little curtain of, oh yeah, look,
Yeah,
it's a nice thing to do, like oh, we'll end disease, we'll end this, but it's
right,
like
because Merrick's motive was weak. Merrick's motives were
That's
weak.
my
which is
point.
money,
Yeah,
which is
it
money.
was
That's what I'm
just-
saying. So I was like, give him a strong. I think I think he had a I can't forget.
Copley
Copley had a stronger
motive.
to do the shit that he was doing than Merrick did.
Merrick, yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of what kind of downplays everything a bit to me because this is
I feel you.
and then also the music, the random music cues. It was just like they could have
There was one song they put in an action scene that I really liked. I forgot which song it was though. You just watched it, Ariel. Let me know. It's a popular song. It was like a popular song that was just playing. I know what you mean though. Like
I only knew the Frank Ocean song that played when
that part was
that was dope.
That was cool, but still, you could have hired a composer who is talented. Like you could do these things.
She's putting music in to drown out the, like she's trying to calm herself down. So I understand that. Real people do that.
Exactly. That in situations like that, it's cool. But if you're having an action, you're just trying to set up an action scene. Do not give me. Don't. I'm sorry, I can't. It takes me out of it a bit because it's like, okay, now I'm watching a music video.
Ariel, you know
what action? With Godspeed? When Godspeed?
No. I'm talking
about
the action scenes. The action scenes. That's fine when you use music to drown out a moment to show some sort of
that person trying to calm down and like
to show character.
Right.
That's fine. But when you're showing a bunch of people about to get clapped, I don't need a soundtrack to that. I would love a composer to come in and hook us up because the composition in a film is supposed to enhance the experience, not just throw some noise in there to
So do you like when Thor Ragnarok had like the dun 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 like when did you like when that happened?
What happened when that happened though? We've seen Thor in his most OP form that we've ever seen him.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
It's an action scene.
It felt earned. Here,
But at the same time, I get it. But at the same time, like you're waiting for that moment for Thor to happen because, like, that's
Thor. What I'm saying. It felt earned. Here, but they had him in almost every thing. Is just
here's where I feel like where the contrast comes between you and let's say Mark and myself, because you're very more into the cinematography. You're more into the music. You're more into the technical stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I agree with you in terms of, you know, the music. Everything enhances the movie experience. I think for Mark and myself, we see it more from like a writing story standpoint. So even if they don't have all that stuff, like it's fine. We'll like call like we'll more. Mark, I'm sorry if I'm speaking for you. Like I don't mean to. I'm just saying from my personal experience. It's like
I can't believe this.
I can't believe you would do this. It's more, you know, if they don't have that, like they don't have that composer come in, like a Hans Zimmer come in and do like a crazy score, like I would, I'll be like, I wish it was better, but I wouldn't do it to your extent where you're like, no, like this can't, like, no, like I don't like this, you know. It doesn't draw me away as much as it does you. But I 100% get what you're coming from because imagine the Dark Knight without the Hans Zimmer score.
Imagine the Dark Knight. Imagine the Dark Knight about to clap somebody, and then you just hear, I don't know, a Led Zeppelin song start playing randomly. I don't know. It's just like, okay. But again, they introduce music in the film to start with to kind of, I guess, get you used to it, which is fine. I get it.
Yeah, I think this is like, that's like the stuff, that kind of stuff where it's like you get composers and all this other shit. It's like very film, like, but then this is kind of like a movie, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I feel like there's a difference for me between what I would call a film and a movie.
Oh, like, you get pretentious out here. All right.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like I I'm not going into that. I'm not going into the old guard thinking, yo, this shit's about to like move me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm about to be like fucking super into
That's
this.
true.
Like,
But why?
let's go.
But why not let yourself be open to that kind of?
I'm not saying. Oh, no, I'm not saying
feeling.
I wouldn't be. I'm just saying I'm not going into it thinking that this is going to like. I'm going to go into Tenet thinking I'm gonna be like this is gonna be intense.
But why?
Because it's fucking Christopher Nolan.
Okay, so you have a rapport with somebody who you already know what to expect there.
Because Christopher, yeah, right. And I don't go into Taika Waititi movies who I have a familiarity with, thinking, oh, this is about to be some like orchestra, like I need Hans Zimmer kind of shit.
Okay, well the thing is that when it comes to stuff like this, especially when you have this could be sort of counted as an sort of indie film in a sense.
Sure.
Because we have a new director. To me, who's new. I've never heard of her. You have a new concept and a new IP, which is great. Yeah. I love all of this. I love that Netflix is letting people cook with their shit. Right. I love it. Yes. I absolutely love it and I appreciate it.
And that's why Army of the Dead is about to be a fucking phenomenal movie.
He saw it already.
Off the bat.
Time traveler.
Nah, I mean, come on, dude.
Do you have the cure for COVID?
Directing, writing, and producing. Stop it. They just gave that man all the Infinity Stones.
Well, it continue.
Sorry,
but yeah, it's just there's a lot of potential in this franchise. I see it, and
right.
I love the.
Okay. It wasn't as good as I think it could be.
Yeah,
so I agree with you there. The potential is definitely there for a better.
But Aaron, you wouldn't say it was. You wouldn't say it was whack, right? You're like,
no, it was just it was okay. It was a 6 out of 10.
Damn, Mark called it.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Hey, no, that's fine, dude.
But I literally texted Junior when you hopped on
before you
at 9:25. I texted him. I was like, he's gonna give it a 6. Right when you got on, before you.
How you know that?
Because I know you, bro.
We know you, bro. Come on, man.
6, bro. Of course.
But sick if I would have been like, yo, 10 out of 10. I'm all in.
I was watching this. I knew what you were gonna rate it while I was watching it. I was like, he's gonna rate this a 6.
All right. What happened when you're like, oh, he's probably not gonna like this?
I know, like, I don't know. Something for me that I don't know. I feel like we kind of might agree on this is like, I think I touched on it. I don't know if you heard. I touched on it already with like when she tackled him in the car, like and out the window and they hit the car. And like all of a sudden they just got into the car that was right behind it. It's the only 2 cars in the street.
Oh no! See, that's nitpicking then. That's
nitpicking.
I guess
what? That's nitpicking.
No. I'm saying I feel like I would be nitpicking if I were to say that.
I don't think that's a nitpick. I think
that's why I would.
That's mad lazy. That's mad lazy writing to me. Because look,
I agree.
And then all of a sudden, scores of people come as soon as they pull out. Like, what? Where were you before?
I said the same shit when that happened.
And then the cops were like,
I was like, where the fuck did these people just come from?
Cops came on the street from both directions, so they saw them leaving.
They're the convenient police.
They're just like, police. Let's leave them.
They're the Gotham PD, Gotham City PD.
Exactly.
But chill.
But yo,
Gotham PD not pussy. They just corrupt.
Bro, they have a dude dressed in a bat costume taking care of business. They're pussy. Besides Jim Gordon, of course, and Renee Montoya.
Yeah, that's the one city that could defund police right now. Absolutely fine.
Oh my god!
But seriously though, defund the police.
You heard it here first, guys. Defund the GPD, the GCPD.
2 scenes I really want to point out, which I really really liked. Well, there's a lot, but 2 in particular fight scenes that I want to bring up. The one of them on the it was Charlize's character Andy and Niall when they were on the plane and they were fighting, they were scrapping, and like she just wasn't getting any hits on her. I was like, thank you. This makes so much sense because she knows every single fighting style ever made.
Literally, yeah.
So you can't touch her. Like, you won't touch her. And then, like, her playing it off. Oh, I just told him in Russian to pretend to play dead. and fucking G'd her shit.
I like that.
That
I
was
like
dope.
That was great. I also
Mad
like
creative.
I
Mad
like the
creative.
I like the payoff in the end as well when they use that. See,
Right.
there's aspects
Thank
of it.
you.
Wait,
Yes.
let me get to what I like.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
We only talk
Alright.
about what you hate, bro.
I know. We always talk about that.
I absolutely love Kiki Lane as Niall. She's great.
Yeah, she was awesome.
extremely
Shout out to her.
promising. Charlize.
Was this like her first? I think this is like her first really good one. Like
Let's
first
see.
like really big one.
I've
big
never.
movie.
I've
Let me
never-
check her
I've
stat
never seen
sheet.
her in anything yet.
Not
Kiki
Charlize,
La-
obviously.
oh, that's how I know she's familiar.
If Beale Street could talk, right?
Yes, I went to see if Bill Street could talk. Absolutely loved it. That film had that score of that movie, goosebumps, bro.
Oh, she's gonna be in Coming to America.
The sequel,
Yes.
or
Yeah. Obviously
people
not the
people got
original.
bills, bro. People got bills. I guess it's all good. But
Damn, you didn't like the first one?
I didn't see the first one.
the first one was cool.
Oh, okay, so let's not get off track then.
No, but
He fucking hates
No,
it.
but this is definitely gonna up her her 2K stats. You know, like
Yeah.
2K stats are gonna go.
Kiki Lane definitely will get a review from my draft class for 2020. I'm scouting her. I'm scouting her.
I'm
Draft-
scouting. I was
draft-
scouting too, low key, while I was
draft-
watching this.
Draft
Yo,
podcast coming soon.
real quick.
What's
Yo,
up?
you know who what's his name? Parker, or what was the guy's name? The guy who
Booker?
Trade them.
Booker.
Matthias?
You know who
Matthias
Booker? You know who
Schoenaerts?
Booker could play?
Who?
Tommy from The Last of Us.
Yo, it's not bad. Not a bad casting,
No,
bro.
not a bad one, yeah.
It's
Not a
casting.
bloody bad one, yeah.
Pero Charlize, she just
fire.
She has a range that is very
Yeah.
interesting because she can sell the action character very
Dude,
seamlessly.
seeing her in that movie with Seth Rogen.
The long shot.
The long shot.
I never saw it.
Phenomenal
Never saw it
movie.
either.
Phenomenal movie. Really funny.
Okay.
Right. So so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but seeing
Wow.
because that was probably the last film I saw her in. Yeah. So seeing her from there and then complete switch up of characters. So I'm just like, yeah, she got
Wasn't
it.
she also in the
She was in Mad Max. She was in
Fox.
Atomic Blonde.
She was in Hancock.
no
yes,
the
Hancock.
one about Fox with Margot Robbie?
Yes. She was in that. I haven't watched that
Bombshell.
yet.
Oh yeah,
Bombshell.
With Nicole Kidman as well. I have to watch it.
I haven't watched it either.
Three of my beloveds on there. I have to watch it. But I think Atomic Blonde 2 is coming soon by distributed by Netflix.
It's
Wow.
it's
Charlize is eating right now, bro.
It's currently just announced,
Netflix is
so-
like Charlize,
and Charlize is eating the cash,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
She's
like-
eating all that.
But Atomic Blonde was one of those that directed by the dude who did John Wick.
Oh, that's fire.
She smoked it there. The choreography in Atomic Blonde,
I haven't. seen that.
although it's not as the thing about Atomic Blonde is that people went in thinking they're gonna see a female John Wick, and it's not that. It's more of an espionage kind of double agent.
But
Yeah.
didn't Atomic Blonde come out before John Wick?
No, it came out in 2017 after John Wick.
Atomic Blonde only came out 2017.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel like I watched that movie like
All right.
super long ago.
So what did you like about the movie?
Oh, I like Charlize. I like Kiki Lane. I like all the supporting actors.
What'd you think of
Niall,
the fighting?
Booker, Joe. This is cool.
It was
It was-
cool. What was wrong with fighting?
No. I'm not saying
It
I
was-
didn't like it. It was just they got the thing done. It was certain
Who was
scenes were-
the?
They had the John Wick type fighting, bro.
Who
Like,
was the
that
core?
was-
Yo, when he shot dude in the
Ooh.
mouth, I was like, what?
like it wasn't John Wick. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
no,
exactly.
let's-
John
let's
Wick.
take it
I'm
easy.
saying
You can see what they're going.
John Wick is right
has
here,
the
right?
Best fighting
And then
choreography I've
they were
seen.
like right there.
That's a little bit too
They're close.
close.
They were
Social
pretty
distancing.
close.
Social distancing.
Dude,
Boo,
Dude,
get your ass out of here.
they were pretty close in my opinion.
This
Dude,
is
As a team moving through every room, they were like
That was cool.
so coordinated, and like the way they were just like chucking up ammo at each other, like, oh, here, boom.
that looked like
boom,
us playing Warzone. It was
Exactly.
great. That was
Mad
cool.
John Wick, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like John Wick.
No,
How was it not like John Wick?
Because John Wick does that shit by himself. Cause
Okay,
John
I'm not
Wick with a
saying.
stick.
I'm saying the style of like when You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The style is similar, right? But to me, right, Mark, I agree with you, but I also agree with Ariel. Like, I feel like John Wick's fighting's like
it's better. I'm not questioning that.
No, like I've never seen better fighting choreography. Like,
I agree with
ever.
you.
Like that shit is
100%
just
agree
ridiculous.
with you. I'm just saying it's
but
in
no, I
that
agree.
realm.
Yes, I hear it. Hold on. Where on IMDb can I find the fight choreographer?
Oh, I got you right now. That's no problem.
Damn, I guess I'm pussy.
That's no problem. That's no problem.
Stunts.
Editorial department. I went to stunts, but like it just shows a bunch of
Isn't there a difference between stunt choreographer and fight choreographer? Or no?
No, there's
fight choreography.
There should be a stunt coordinator. I don't know where that would be.
Oh, right here, stunt coordinator Bryson Counts. He did Black Panther.
Oh wow.
Hold on, let me just stunt. That's stunts, but did he do stunt choreography?
Yeah, he's a coordinator. There's
coordinator.
He's the only coordinator there, so he might be the guy in charge. Oh, well, yeah, and then he has an assistant.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so this
guy he's done a lot of MCU shit. So, I mean,
and there's not a lot of fighting in the MCU that would be on John Wick's level.
Civil War and Winter Soldier fight.
Still not John Wick though.
No, it's not.
We're not even close. And Black Panther, the fighting in that, especially the freaking video game fight scene at the end.
Yo, Eric, you had a little too much to drink, bro. Talking shit about the MCU. Golly. Wait till I tell Kevin.
Bro.
Wait till I tell Kevin. This episode is also sponsored by JK. We're still Heineken Light. But anything else, Ariel? Since we're about to wrap things.
The good stuff, the good things. Just the concept. How interesting that shit is. How I think I was more interested whenever Charlize and Kiki Lane would converse and go, wait, how old are you?
Yeah.
Crusades. What? What? Like, what the fuck? Like, these are things that I am interested in. I don't care that they want to find the DNA of these people and incorporate them into big pharma. I don't care.
Well, you're not really supposed to care about that. You're supposed to care about the.
Yeah,
that was just something getting in the way. Like
I know it's
but the thing you're supposed to care about is like what the fuck is going on with her powers? Yeah, how come she's lost them now? Or
that's what I feel impeded my process to care for the characters. I knew everything was going to be fine in the end solely because of.
You thought Charlize was going to live after she lost her powers?
Yeah, I was like, Charlize is extremely expensive to this franchise, and they're just going to kill her off.
Well, I personally didn't know that there was going to be a franchise. I thought it was just a one and done film.
Right. I didn't know there was going to be a franchise. And also, I thought the same thing, but I was like, in fucking Triple Frontier.
No spoilers, please.
Oh.
I still haven't watched it. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam, Ben Affleck. I gotta watch it.
Yo, what the hell, dude?
Yo,
that's a technical foul.
Netflix.
You still don't know.
Netflix just released their like top 10 list of like their all-time films. I'm gonna pull it. I keep talking. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
All right. So
Triple Frontier was good.
It was on the list.
It was good.
Frontier's up there.
It had a nice It had a nice cast, you know, but like it was like, you know.
That's my point. That
it wasn't amazing.
That the cast to me is the MVP of the film. The actual old guard, which is Andy, Booker, Nikki, John. Like all of these dudes helped bring the film to actual enjoyment. Yeah, it's entertaining because of them.
The camaraderie.
Outside of that, the camaraderie, I absolutely loved it. I actually felt that scene where the soldiers are being dickheads, going, "Oh, is that your boyfriend?" That speech he gave was fire. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, they made out. They opened the doors. They clapped all the guards in there. I was just like, wow.
And I love how cocky they were about it. Like, look, Nikki, you're playing. I love that.
Yeah, he's like, oh, got champagne.
Yeah. I like that. See, aspects of that, show me more of that and less of the bigger dude in a suit Just corny.
What did you think of the post credit scene and how they're gonna go from there? With the what's her name? Quinn. Quinn.
That felt kind of anticlimactic to me
Did
because
you see that
actually
coming?
no, I didn't.
I
I didn't
did.
see it. I didn't see that
I
coming.
was waiting for it. I was like,
I
she's
didn't
coming
like,
back.
and also I didn't like. I wanted some more resolution with Booker and everyone else.
I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, that was a
Yo,
huge
but that's
betrayal.
crazy. Like the interaction, right? Where
I
she was like, "I've forbidden you for 100 years." It's just like, oh my god.
yeah,
And
100
like,
years is OD for me, but like that was a little OD. But like, I think at the same
Wait, so
time, like
that's what
you could
happened?
see
She
what
she said basically
that's his punishment.
you
That's
a
your
dub
punishment.
for 100 years.
Yeah. Well,
So what does he have to do? Just
Whatever
go
he
live,
wants.
survive
Yeah.
for 100 years. Be on your own.
So you can't be with them.
okay.
Well, but that's what we were discussing earlier. With you should have just joined in. Fuck it. But we discussed it earlier that I feel like in the second one they're gonna tie in more to like the Immortals rules and kind of the mythology. Like how did this all? You know what I mean? Because like she said
It's
that.
only them, bro. Like they're their own family. Like
Yeah,
kind of.
that's all they have. That's all they have.
And he
because they
snitched them
can't.
out.
Yeah, that's kind of whack.
Oh, and I loved, and another thing they need to explain is like when they found out Niall was one of them, they all like got the headaches and they all got the flashbacks of her and like in the army. So they're like, oh, they're all connected. And Charlize's like, fuck, another one? Like, no. I thought it was just us. Why now? And she said, why now?
Yeah.
So, I hope to learn more about the mythology.
But I did want to see some sort of resolution where she finds we're in the ocean that Quinn was and how she got out of there. I don't want to see this in a flashback. It would have been cool to have the film about them looking for Quinn and maybe the CIA or the government intervening with them or something.
How are they ever gonna find her?
I'm writing the script for the next one. That's it.
Dude,
Sounds good.
I think what I said, I was like, I was expecting one of two things. I was like, they're either gonna dub his shit and like leave him for a little while, or they're gonna or she's gonna send Booker to go look for her. Because he was always the guy that was finding everybody. That's what I said earlier in this podcast. He was always the guy that was finding everybody. Oh, yo, go find these. Like, she would always tell him to go find this guy or that way. So he was always that guy. So I was like, you know what? Like, I would totally see it as like, because she kept mentioning, I left her. Like, I gave up on her. Like, she's like, yo, you got to go try to dig up something, anything.
Light bulb. This is kind of ironic because same way she assigned him to look for Coupler, now Quinn is gonna say, "Show me to Andy," and the cycle continues. So now they're gonna be playing cat and mouse.
Right, the both of them are probably gonna go try and find where Andy is.
Yeah, and then Niles is gonna clap everyone because she's the youngest and freshest out of all of them. She's gonna.
She still got a lot to learn though.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm glad though that she already has like the military background.
Yeah, she's a Marine.
And another thing I wanted to touch base on with that, that we didn't talk about, Mark, that I wanted to mention. It's like the way the looks that are her quote unquote comrades were supposed to, that were looking at her, like after they found out like she was supposed to die. It's like
all of them, bro.
Word?
Fuck all of them. That just goes to show how as humans we tend to look down upon things we don't understand or some sort of, because fam, that's a miracle. If anything, yo, shorty, come here, let's pop whatever kind of bottles.
Like
we can
yo,
find
you're still alive. Like it's a miracle. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? But they wanted to be mad fucking suspect, and then obviously, again, I know you don't like that portion of the film, but having the government and the military tied in because the military was going to take her to Merrick, but obviously Andy found her first. But it's just, I'm just like, wow, like y'all are mad phony for that.
Grimy, fam. Fuck them.
So that's what I wanted to point out. But I did like how they included her and gave her that backstory. I was really intrigued by that. But so here's the list, Ariel,
of the top 10 films on Netflix.
The Extraction number 1, 99 million. These are views.
Extraction. Oh, I have to see that. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
I have to watch it too. Bird Box, 89 mil. Spencer Confidential with Mark Wahlberg, 85 mil. I was surprised. It was okay. It wasn't
that shit
all
was
that
garbage, dude.
It wasn't garbage, but I
That shit was
wasn't too happy
garbage.
about it.
Mark Wahlberg has been missing ever since Transformers: The Last Night.
These are viewers, by the way. This is a shit ton.
No,
of
ever
viewers.
since Transformers: Age of Extinction, actually, he's been missing.
6 Underground at 4 with 83 mil. With Ryan Reynolds.
God, that was awful. Michael Bay, fuck off.
Number 5, Murder Mystery at 73 mil. I never watched it. No idea what it's about. Anyone know what that is?
No.
Oh, it's with. Oh, okay. I saw trailers for this. It's with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Number 6, The Irishman, 64 mil. Still have yet to watch it.
That was one of those movies where you sit through it and you're like, okay, cool.
Not watching it now. Number 7, Mark's Mark's Call Out, Triple Frontier, 63 mil with Charlie Hunnam, Ben Affleck, and a couple
more interested in that shit than anything else.
8, The Wrong Missy, 59 million.
Never heard of it.
David Spade and Lauren Lapkus. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Change the name.
It's same. And number 9, The Platform with 56M. Let's see who's in this. Yeah, don't.
No,
carry.
that's a foreign film.
Watch that shit be fucking. Netflix's The Platform is the best / worst horror movie for a shelter-in-place era. So I'm okay off that. 10, The Perfect Date at 48 million. The Perfect Date is actually starring the guy who's playing Atom Smasher in
Noah Centineo.
Yes. So
Noah Centineo,
he's young. He's like
a young guy.
My age.
Wait,
he's
but
like
who?
23.
The Atom Slasher?
No,
Adam
Smasher.
Who's the
hash slinging?
Clash slinging.
He's gonna be in the Black Adam movie. But however,
what does he do?
Atom Smasher grows to like a huge height and gets like super strength.
Oh, so he's
the opposite of the Atom.
So he just grows.
Yes.
But all of those are about to be dethroned because the old guard is about to hit 72 million.
Within its first 4 weeks, right?
Within its first.
Now this
4
is
weeks,
views, right?
Which will place it at number 5 already. So within its first month, this shit is making numbers for Netflix. Shout out Netflix right now. Wait, anything else we want to mention about the movie?
When I say give the director a second chance, bring her back for the next one. Hopefully she gets a bigger budget, better production, and keeps the creative freedom and better writing.
Everything you just said is probably going to happen because it's a huge success. I touched upon this when you weren't around, Ariel, but the dude that wrote the graphic novel actually wrote the screenplay for this, so that's really dope. That they gave him that opportunity, Greg Rucka. And yeah, I hope she does get a second chance as well. My girl Gina, a shout out to her. You know, this is gonna put her on the map because, like Mark said, she's not well known, at least not to us or to me. But yeah, I can't wait for the second one personally. I thought it's again refreshing in terms of I'm glad it's a comic book movie, but it's different from a DC tone or a Marvel tone, and it's nice to see characters that we don't really know about because we don't read those comics.
Yeah, it's always great to get put on.
Right. So, and I told Mark this. I will read the first after I finish all the Watchmen stuff that's happening. Because I got back to reading the graphic novel, Ariel. I fucking love it. It's like I'm reading something from the 80s, which is dope.
That resonates today and should not have been. I feel like Damon Lindelof is the only one in my eyes who has all the permission in the world to just continue the story if he needs to. Right. Because Watchmen is his own thing, should not be touched upon. Like the whole Rorschach. I'm shooting some hot takes right now, real quick, rapid fire. The Rorschach comic that's coming out, see ya. Doesn't need to happen. Work on something else. Doomsday Clock, not interested at all.
I heard. Whoa! Time out.
Do you even know what it's about? Do you even know what it's about?
No, both critically and both from the audience standpoint, huge success. Everyone loves it.
I'm not reading it.
Wow.
Do you know what it's about?
Crazy.
I don't care.
I bet. So you don't know. All right,
I
cool.
don't care.
Next topic.
All right.
Next
No,
topic.
Mark is trying to use the plot of it for me to actually gain interest.
You don't know
in
it. You don't know it.
That's true, you don't.
Does it have to do with the multiverse?
Dude, but why? What? Yes and no. Why can't we continue to talk about these fantastic? Like I told Mark this earlier. Like I'm getting so invested in like Watchmen is starting to become like top tier for me in terms of like if DC wants to get people attracted to their shit. I mean, they obviously already. You have Batman, you have Superman, but like the Watchmen are up there, dude. Imagine a live action Justice League, the Button situation where like something happens and the Flash is like, yo, like, what the fuck is this smiley face all about? And Bruce is like, I don't fucking know. And they have to get to the bottom of this shit. You know how dope, like to me, no Infinity Saga, no other storyline ever from Marvel or from DC or from Image or from Dark Horse Comics could ever top that. That to me is like the pinnacle of comic books. Like
Watchmen is.
Right.
Anything written by Alan Moore is the pinnacle of comic books. So it's V for Vendetta, Killing Joke, Watchmen.
Oh my God, he did V for Vendetta. Jesus Christ, this dude is goated.
But you didn't know
that? V for Vendetta. No, you just reminded me. Like I knew. I was just like, damn, that movie is highly underrated as well.
Yeah. So
back to what we were talking about though.
Dope. All that.
Mark, anything else for the film The Old Guard?
No, I think I'm done with my review.
No, same. I cannot wait for the sequel. But what I just wanted to touch a bit on Netflix since this was a Netflix movie. We're gonna see Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling in a Netflix film directed by the Russo brothers, and it will be Netflix's biggest budgeted film.
What's the budget?
To date? $200 million.
Wow.
It follows a freelance assassin and a former CIA operative. It's called The Gray Man. Bye, Ariel.
What? They're giving these. All right. Okay. All right.
I told Mark before. I was like, yeah, there's a bunch of other news that just came out, but I'm like, let's just condense it to comic book shit. But since we're on the Netflix topic, yeah, I'm just gonna bring that up.
Dude, the Russos, we seen what they created with $1 billion budget. What do you think they're gonna do with 200 mil, fam? That's gonna be interesting.
$1 billion budget? What?
Yeah, Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame combined for over $1 billion of budget.
Oh,
is the most expensive, I guess. Back to back.
It was funny because Chris Evans was like, "All right, round 5 with the Russos." It's Winter Soldier, Civil War, both the Avengers. And now
it's gonna be interesting because Ryan Gosling is another one who's great. I've been watching a lot of I've been rewatching a lot of my favorite stuff recently to get inspired, I guess.
What's your Ryan Gosling favorite that you're gonna bring up?
And Runner. He is absolutely excellent.
I heard that movie is phenomenal. Shout out Ana de Armas. And also great. On Netflix globally, the 16th of September. The Devil All the Time. Look at this fucking cast. Tom Holland, Bill Skarsgård, Jason Clarke, Sebastian Stan, Robert Pattinson, Haley Bennett, and a couple of other names I don't know, but you guys probably do.
What
the
fuck?
Did y'all hear the superheroes that I just mentioned? or that are in the comic
So you're telling me there's a bunch of what if movies coming out this year?
Right.
Coming out in the near future.
Written by Antonio Campos and Paulo Campos. Shout out to them. They are probably Latinos.
Marvel never left Netflix, yeah. They never left.
Yeah, they just keep on with the what ifs.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, I told, and I'm gonna leave off on this note because I need a shower. I feel disgusting right now. Like I told Mark before, Netflix right now is just like HBO Max is on the rise, yeah, but they still have a lot of stuff that's not coming out till next year. So 2020 has been Netflix's year. Disney Plus hasn't come out with shit. That's not true. They came out with Hamilton, but I watched the first 5 minutes and was
shit
like,
about that. Fuck Hamilton.
A lot of people liked it. But I personally couldn't get invested in it. I personally couldn't get invested into it because I feel like you need to actually be there to really enjoy it.
Nah, I'm good. I remember, if I'm correct, that dude owns slaves. I don't need to see him rapping. I'm cool.
Well, you just need to know the story. All right, I'm not getting into this with you. That's that. No, but like the story is probably like different. Like I don't know. I don't fucking
What you
care.
think is
I don't care
revisionist?
either.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care either. I don't care either because I'm not watching it.
Fuck that shit, bro. Shout out
But
to Lin-Manuel Miranda though.
Yeah, he's cool.
facts.
Body.
But yeah,
Just shit on him and say shout out.
Yeah, right. Just shit on his product. Oh, who was the recent Broadway star that just passed away? We have to. Yeah, there was
What?
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, you put me on, bro. I don't know anything that's going on.
Damn.
He's been
Man.
signed off social media for a minute.
Nah, yo. Fuck. Okay. I'll mention on the next one. I do apologize, but my sincere condolences and prayers to his family.
Yeah,
He
for
died
sure.
from,
and
Whoever that
also,
is.
from COVID complications, I believe.
oh shit,
Oh,
and
wow.
also, rest in peace to Naya Rivera. That fucking sucks too.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That fucking sucks.
We don't know the full story, so I'm not gonna say any speculations of what I think happened, or because to me, someone's death, what happened, nobody was there, so I'm not gonna. But right, she, according to
Fucking
all her
sucks,
co-stars, all the people that she's worked with, they've all said she was an amazing human being. She was so young, 33 years old. So yeah, rest in peace to
That's
her.
nuts, man. Shout out to her.
Yo,
family,
God bless the cast of Glee, man. Like they really do have some.
Yeah, they've been going through it, dude.
Like this is like the third, if I'm
Cast
not
member
mistaken,
that
cast
dies
member,
from them?
and the day that she was found was the 7th anniversary of when the other dude that passed away. It's like,
Wow.
what? What are the odds?
That is
Like that's just to me. It's just I don't even.
That's
want
crazy.
I don't even want to. So
Praise to her and her family.
Sorry, guys, for ending on such a somber note.
On
like
a somber note. So we shall not end on this somber note. So I will end it by saying, everyone stay safe. Everyone continue to social distance. Wear a mask. New York, I want to shout out New York because our cases have been pretty steady, have not been going up because shout out Como, my guy, doing the right thing. Hopefully Florida, hopefully y'all get y'all shit together.
Florida is fam. Florida, I don't know what y'all doing down there, but
shout out to the 49 states.
Yeah, shout out to all the. Actually, no. Texas, y'all fucking up to. Arizona, y'all fucking up to. See ya. California, y'all super fucking up.
So, guys, sorry, this is not the note we wanted to end on either. Although it's not somber, it's critical. So we'll end by saying this: the NBA is returning very soon.
I don't agree with it.
Can we just all right? So what's tell us a positive note to end on. Then.
Oh, all right. Look, me and Mark are actually the inspiration behind the old guard because me and Mark are immortals.
I'll take it, and we're out. Everyone, follow us on.
Our social.
That's how you know I've been off of social media for a while, bro.
Yes, he has no good.
Follow us
nothing.
on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Just look us up. Chillin.
I got a better one. Video game podcast coming soon.
Yes, there you go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, go play The Last of Us Part 2. Go play Ghost of Tsushima.
I got it spoiled for me, by the way, The Last of Us Part 2, because everybody just Twitter has no filter anymore, right? It's like something comes out and they're just like, oh.
Wait, so since both of us already played it, what did you hear?
Well, no, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's listening to this that hasn't finished it yet.
Well, that's their problem.
If you haven't played it yet, stop. We're gonna give you 5 seconds. 5.
All right, spoiler.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ellie's homeboy dies.
Oh, you chilling, bro.
That's not even. That's a big spoiler, but it's not like the.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
It's not
Yeah,
because
I mean, it just sucks because like Twitter is my main source of like news, so to speak. Twitter is actually very like informative. Like
it is to an
if you
But
extent.
it's there's,
right,
It is
there's
to an
also
extent. Yeah.
if you
there's also a
follow
lot
and
of
go to the
false,
right pages,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody that doesn't want to get the Snyder cut spoiled for them, please be
Well, we don't have to.
aware of a picture that got leaked of Zach's final like
The final shot.
final shot of the film got leaked apparently.
Yeah.
How? If this
Because
is all in his
no,
house.
it was the storyboard. It was the
Yeah,
storyboard.
it wasn't like the scene from the movie.
Right.
It's a storyboard drawing.
Nonetheless,
You guys want to see it?
I don't know if you want to consider that a spoiler because a storyboard, whatever you all right. So a storyboard, for those who don't
It
know,
wasn't that bad.
is just the way a director conveys how he wants the action to play out in the scene or a shot or something. I don't know if that's exactly giving it completely away because it's probably like stick figures or something happening. No, I don't want to.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't
so
look it up. I was just playing.
basically,
Don't
Superman gets clapped.
he's
again.
lying. He's lying.
Like, again? Wow, like that's real repetitive, Zach.
Yo, that's probably what Charlize and all of them would say every time they get clapped, bro. Just again.
Again?
That's what they're like, motherfucker.
Like, oh shit, here we go.
When they got killed in the beginning, motherfucker.
Yo, what do you think, Charlize? What do you think their KD ratio is?
Oh my god,
Terrible.
what? No, their KD ratio is actually probably fire,
Oh no, yeah, true.
given how many
They
people
probably-
they've killed.
Well, in
their
older
KD is
wars, I feel like in
definitely
older
5
wars,
point,
it was probably
whatever.
pretty low. Older
Yeah, but
wars is
now-
probably pretty low, but now
They that shit launched up now.
That shit,
100%.
their respawn.
tactical nukes every time, dude.
Every day.
Video game podcast coming
All right.
soon.
Ah, yeah.
All right, y'all. We're getting off this.
We out. Fine, I'm just
Um,
saying goodbye.
Yeah,
Don't forget to-
we are mad Hispanic because if we say bye for 20
Yeah, it's like,
minutes.
you're goodbye, and then we
Yo.
just talk for 20 more minutes. And here we go
And
again.
then you just sitting there.
Here
waiting
we
for your
go.
parents, like, yo, like, hurry up. Like,
But yeah, you already know. Thanks for coming through a chillin'. I know I joined
Thank
late, but it's all worth it because I love my guys. Love
There
to
you
see
go.
them.
Brian,
Spread
my ass.
love. Yeah, BP. Come on, man. Magneto.
All right.
Come on. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. Rest in peace, Vanessa Guillen.
Yes.
Rest of the fucking cops.
Please.
I'm not even gonna get into it, but yeah,
Arrest him.
keep
All
it
right.
going, guys.